let's talk about habits and activities. Okay. And the things that we kind of miss in real estate, in any kind of sales organization, quite frankly, that really have a lasting effect on what we do, how we do it, and increasing our effectiveness and our efficiency and our success rate. So here's what's interesting. If I talk to a professional athlete, and I'm a coach, a trainer of a professional athlete, to Cara Williams, what am I asking you on a daily basis to figure out how you're doing and what your success level is? Am I asking you if you just won a game or not?
No, you're asking me what am I doing in practice or things I'm doing before practice. What does that
Yeah.
look like?
Yeah. What are your habits? What are your activities in every day, right? Yeah. Okay. MJ, yep, exactly, right? So why do we not do this in real estate? Why do we not do this in a sales profession? What's the difference besides the fact that we need to retrain our leadership and leaders and all that in real estate, right? So here's the difference. If we focus on five little pieces that every professional athlete does, every Olympian does, every other in so many different things, guys, your process and your success level is going to skyrocket. And on that note, let me give you an idea of where I'm coming from on this too. Just to let you guys know, this past weekend was part 3 of the Olympic trials. Anybody know where I'm going with this, by the way? Anybody? 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 Part 3? Part 3? My daughter has qualified for and will be going to Paris, which is her second Olympics. How about that?
Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations. I
you.
love it.
Thank you. Thank you. By the way, that is a Tokyo silver medal right there as well. So this will be the second Olympics. She dominated these trials. She won all 3 of the finals. It was a clinic. And the reason I share that is for a reason, because I want to share with you what she does that you guys can do on a daily basis, right? To make sure that you are doing the right things to have a better, more successful real estate career. If I tell you, and this is what the majority of people in the real estate industry will say, go do more and you'll have more success. Anybody heard that in one form or another? Yeah. What's the biggest load of crock you could ever get for a piece of advice in real estate? Okay. Julie laughs. It is, right? So here's why I say that. More of the wrong thing is not going to get you any better results. More of just making calls, making things like that is not going to get you any better results as you go through that. So what does? Well, it comes down to 5 things, okay? And I want to go over those with you this morning. One of them is how we practice our craft. 2 is what we learn on a daily basis. 3 are the actual activities to generate business. And by the way, notice that is separate than the practice and the learning piece of it, right? The generating of activities is not the same as learning and practicing, right? Just like playing a game and doing a competitive event is not the same as practicing before that. Number 4, health and keeping care of yourself. Number 5, what you do at the beginning and end of each day to prep and to review on the days. So your AM, PM bookends, okay? Emma, you've heard that before, okay? So let's talk about the very first one. If you are coming into this business, and let's take it on a practice basis in the business. How many of you have been to script and dialogue practices and training? Anybody? Yep, good, good. Okay. What are the scripts focused on? Besides EWTS Wednesday, outside of that, what are they all focused on? Selling
or handling objections.
Okay. Yep. On what though?
Just
On converting a lead to a appointment. right? Think about that. Think about what you get in the majority of script and dialogue practices out there. It is about converting a lead to an actual appointment, right? So if we think about that process, is that all of the entire transaction? Is that
No.
everything we need to know? No. Does somebody ever say, okay, pull out your listing presentation and let's practice your listing presentation? Not often, right? How about let's go over a buyer agency agreement document and practice your buyer agency agreement conversion? Not necessarily, right? So you think about the practice that we do and that is standard for how we are approaching the industry. It's not the entire process. But if you think about a professional athlete or an Olympic athlete, are they just practicing, Takara? Is the only thing you're practicing a free throw?
No, practice much more than that.
Are you sure? But that would be the same thing as what we're doing in real estate, right?
Nah, it takes more than that. I gotta do more than just a free throw. See, free
It
throw is situational.
exactly, right? And so is a lead conversion script. So when you think about this process, and we talk about the practice aspects of real estate, practice should be part of your daily activities, should be part of the daily habit that you've got on your calendar. If we're not practicing our craft, do we get better? No. Do we have an opportunity to prepare prior to actually having the situation arise? No, we don't. So that's why that piece is big. Second one, learning. How much do you know about the market? If I ask you, and Takar, you said this earlier too, how's the market going? How's the market treating you? Okay. Do we all know what's going on in our market? Maybe. But is that the only question that we're going to get? Is that the only piece of knowledge that you need?
No, you
No,
need more.
you do, right? So if somebody says, well, I've got a property, I don't really want to do the taxes on it, I've got a big gain on it, what are my options? Do you have the expertise to answer that question? Could you direct them to a 1031 exchange? Would it even be part of what you just thought of to do that? Right? Here's the other piece. If somebody says, well, how's this neighborhood different than our overall market? Do you have the knowledge and the background, and are you looking at increasing your knowledge to be able to do an absorption rate analysis between a neighborhood and an area? Could you have a seller's market in an overall area, but a buyer's market in a specific neighborhood? Yes,
Yes.
right? Would that affect your conversation when you're talking to a prospective buyer or seller that's in the neighborhood that's a buyer's market that's different than the overall seller's market in your area? Of course it would, right? So when you're thinking about the knowledge aspect of it, that's a piece that should be in your calendar on a daily basis.